Imagine this. The president of a country steps out of his motorcade, ready to head home, and spots a homeless man on the street. Now picture his shock when he realizes that man was once his best friend. What happens next is not just a reunion. It's a story of betrayal, redemption, and dignity that every American can feel deep in their bones. It was a scorching afternoon in Ouagadougou, the capital of Burkina Faso. President Ibrahim Traoré had just wrapped up a surprise visit to a local school. His convoy waited quietly by the curb, engines humming in the background. The plan was simple. Get in, drive off, and continue with the day. But something caught his eye. By the roadside, pressed against a cracked wall, sat a man. His clothes were torn, his hair unkempt with streaks of gray. A dented tin cup sat before him, the international symbol of desperation. People walked past him like he was invisible, like he was part of the sidewalk. The president squinted. Something about this man felt familiar. He told his security detail, "Wait here." His voice left no room for debate. The man on the ground looked up, blinking against the sun. Then, with a trembling voice, he whispered, "Ibrahim?" The president froze. His chest tightened. That voice, he knew it. "Moussa?" he asked, stepping closer. The man's face was thinner, broken by years of hardship, but it was him. The same friend who once shared textbooks with him, the same boy who used to stand up to bullies at school. Now, reduced to begging on the streets, Moussa tried to stand, but his knees shook under his own weight. His voice cracked. "It's really you." Ibrahim grabbed his shoulder. "It's me, my brother. What happened to you?" Later, inside the presidential residence, Moussa sat clean for the first time in years, bathed, dressed in fresh clothes, a hot meal before him. But his eyes carried the shame of someone who had fallen too far. Between cautious bites of food, Moussa finally spoke. "I was once the principal of a school in Bobo Dioulasso," he began. "I worked hard, saved every coin, built a house with my own hands. I married Stella. At first, it felt like the American dream, except here in Africa. A house, a career, a wife. But she changed. Always on her phone, snapping at me over little things. I thought it was stress. I was wrong." His voice dropped lower. "One afternoon, I came home early, and I found her in our bed with another man." Ibrahim's jaw clenched. "What did you do?" "I walked away. I couldn't fight. My hands shook too much." Moussa's eyes watered. "She didn't even apologize. She told me to leave the house, that the man she cheated with was the one she loved. Can you imagine? The house I built with my own money, she claimed it was hers. She even faked documents in court, and the judge believed her. I lost everything." He swallowed hard. "My job, too. Every savings I had went to lawyers, but nothing worked. Soon I was homeless. A man with no roof, no dignity, living under bridges, eating once a day if I was lucky. And every night when I closed my eyes, I saw her laughing with him." His hands trembled as tears slid down his face. "I wanted to die, Ibrahim. Truly. I wanted to disappear." The president leaned forward, voice steady but soft. "Moussa, you didn't deserve this. But hear me now. Your story is not ending here. Not like this." That night, Moussa slept on clean sheets. For the first time in years, he wasn't cold on the pavement. In the morning, breakfast was served. Warm bread, eggs, juice. He looked around, stunned. "Yesterday I was begging, Today, I'm eating in the presidential palace. What will tomorrow be? Tomorrow came quickly. Ibrahim arranged medical care, a haircut, new clothes. When Moussa looked in the mirror, he barely recognized himself. The man staring back wasn't the broken beggar from the streets. He looked alive again. Then came the biggest shock. Ibrahim drove him to a small cream and brown house with a neat little garden. "It's beautiful," Moussa whispered. "Whose is this?" Ibrahim smiled. "It's yours." Moussa shook his head. "This is too much." "It's fully paid," Ibrahim cut him off. "No one can take it from you again. You once gave me books when I had none. You stood by me when I had nothing. Now I'm standing by you. That's what friends do." Inside, Moussa found a cozy living room, a bright kitchen, a bedroom, and, most touching, a small office with a bookshelf. But Ibrahim wasn't done. "I've also opened a bookstore and supply shop for you. It's next to a school. You'll run it. First year's expenses are covered. You loved education once. Let's put that love to work again." For the first time in years, Moussa's tears weren't from pain, but from hope. The weeks that followed were transformative. Moussa ran his store with discipline. Students came for notebooks, pens, and textbooks. Some even stayed to ask for tutoring. He welcomed them all. "Don't just memorize," he told one boy, pointing at a math problem. "Understand the steps. The answer will follow." Word spread fast. People stopped calling him a beggar. He became Mr. Moussa again, a man of respect. But just when life seemed calm, the past came knocking. One afternoon, Moussa looked up from his shop counter and froze. Stella, his ex-wife, the woman who had destroyed him. She stood there with a small suitcase, her once glamorous jewelry gone, her face tired and pale. "Moussa," she whispered, "can we talk?" He crossed his arms. "What do you want, Stella?" Tears welled up. "He left me. The man I chose over you. He sold our house, emptied my account, ran away with another woman. I have nothing. Please, let me stay. Even for a while." Moussa studied her face. This was the same woman who once threw him out like trash. "Stella," he said firmly, "I forgave you long ago, but I've moved on. My life is peaceful now. You chose your path. I've chosen mine." "Even just a room?" she begged. "I wish you well," Moussa said, voice steady, "but this is not your home." He turned back into the shop, heart pounding but steady. Later that night, he called Ibrahim. "She came back," Moussa said simply. "And?" Ibrahim asked. "I told her no." On the other end of the line, Ibrahim smiled. "I'm proud of you, brother. You didn't just gain a house and a business. You gained back your dignity." Life kept moving. One day, a woman named Grace walked into Moussa's shop looking for textbooks. She was a teacher at the nearby school, a widow raising her daughter. Alone. Their conversations started simple. Books, supplies, small talk. But soon, she was bringing him lunch. He was walking her back to school. They shared laughter, stories, and slowly, hearts. Grace's daughter, Rachel, adored Moussa. She helped arrange books, sat in the little reading corner he built, and began to see him as a father figure. One evening, under a golden sunset, Moussa took Grace's hand. "I don't have much to give," he said, "but I have peace, respect, and love. Will you marry me?" Tears streamed down her face. "Yes, Moussa, 1,000 times yes." Their wedding was small but filled with joy. Neighbors came, Students came, and yes, the president himself attended. Moussa, Ibrahim said afterward, pulling him aside. You look like a man who's found peace. I have, Moussa replied, giving back with Grace and Rachel. Life blossomed. Moussa launched the Moussa Foundation, a program to help men who had lost everything. He opened a shelter where they could eat, sleep, learn skills, and start small businesses. I was once in your place, Moussa told the first group. One act of kindness saved me. Now I want to pass it on. And it worked. Mechanics, barbers, shop owners, all rising from rock bottom because someone believed in them. Meanwhile, Stella drifted through life. Alone, forgotten. Sometimes she passed by Moussa's shop only to see a sign, closed this week for family time. A family photo in the window showed Moussa, Grace, and Rachel smiling together. Stella's vision blurred. She had once held everything and thrown it away. Months later, Moussa received a call. I want you to speak at the National Youth Conference, Ibrahim said. Your story deserves to be heard. On stage, dressed in a sharp gray suit, Moussa stood, tall. I was a man who lost everything, he began. Not because I was lazy, not because I was a fool, but because I trusted the wrong person. My wife and her lover stole my house, my savings, and even my dignity. I slept on the streets. I was mocked. I was invisible. But one hot afternoon, a friend I once helped found me. He didn't pass me by. He lifted me up. And he reminded me, broken things can still be made beautiful again. The audience was silent. Then Moussa smiled. Today I carry no anger. The best revenge is peace, joy, and moving forward. If you're broken, don't give up. Your story can change. The crowd erupted in applause. That night, sitting with Grace and Rachel under the stars, Moussa whispered, Who would have thought? The man with nothing now has more than he ever dreamed. The lesson was simple. No matter how far you fall, one act of kindness can start your rise. And no matter how deep the betrayal, dignity is always worth fighting for.